Hey everybody, I'm David with Bolivar Live and welcome to another Bolivar Live Insurance Show. I'm here with Dan Priest from Priest Insurance, and today we're going to talk about rental property. You know, there's renter's insurance, there's second home insurance, but then there's also rental insurance. If you have your home with one of the realtors or VRBO, or you rent it out yourself, there's a whole different policy for that, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
What's it cover? Is it like a liability policy?
That's a really good question, and it kind of in many ways covers the same thing, but it's on a different policy form. So what that means is insurance is a contract.
Right.
So you have a homeowner's policy.
And that's your windstorm and flood.
A homeowner's policy is a hazard policy, and
okay.
it does include windstorm in certain places, but down here it does not.
Okay.
It never includes flood.
Okay.
So a homeowner's policy is built around and priced for somebody that's at their house all the time. They exercise care and they're trimming all the bushes and checking to see if pipes are in good order. And when you move over into a second home, or what we're talking about today, a rental property, sometimes the owner's never even there to
Right.
exercise that care and the control that would normally happen on a property they lived at. So it's written on a different policy form to begin with. And there's long-term rentals that would be a year, and then there's a short-term rental,
Which is like vacation rental.
which is what most people do here, and that's yet a different animal. Those policies allow for people to show up on a Friday night, and down here, you know, usually that it accompanies a large group of people and maybe a little bit of drinking and things that go on, and sometimes people don't act the same they would at their own home.
Right.
So
we know that.
Yeah, so it's priced differently and it's written differently. So if those people, stuff I've seen, are barbecuing on the front porch with a charcoal grill and use gasoline instead of lighter fluid,
Right.
that event's covered. If they're shooting fireworks from under their deck, that event would be covered. Or fall down the steps and somehow try to sue you just because they've been drinking too much.
Right.
Those are all covered events under the type of policy that you need.
And what's that policy? What's that called? Is it
It's generally on a dwelling form.
dwelling?
Generally,
form?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So if you're renting your house down here and they have different deductibles just like everything else on those, is that something that people need to go over every so often to make sure nothing's changed?
You always need to go over your insurance. You need to understand your deductibles. Some policies, there is a difference in premium for a change deductible. In some policies, there's not. There are some policies that have very little coverage for things like water damage. Again, the owner's not there and they're maybe gone for a month.
Right.
And if something happens, it could cause a lot of damage. So an insurance carrier will want to limit that damage. So they might have smaller limits available for that type of coverage.
What if someone is renting your house and they tear the couch up, or they mess up the couch or the TV? Is that something that's covered in that, or is that a different insurance?
It could be, but that's really, it probably wouldn't even follow your deductible, things
Okay.
like that. Vandalism is typically something that is covered if it's
covered.
endorsed on the policy.
Okay, okay. Well, if you've got a rental down here, whether it's 1, 5, or 10, it's something you really need to look at. Like Dan said, with all your insurance, things change. You know, the time that you're there may change. Maybe you're only using it, not using it at all, or maybe you're using it 6 months and the rentals are for 6 months. So always go over your insurance. Like we said last week, right now we're at a stalemate. Hurricane season just ended. Hopefully we don't have any freezes.
Right.
There's not a lot of renters down here in December and January and the first part of February. But come Mardi Gras, which is actually February 26th in 2020, we'll start seeing more people down here the end of February, and then we get into spring break. So by the middle of February, you want to make sure all your insurance is in place while you have time to look at it. Give Dan Priest Insurance a call. They'll go over what you have, and maybe they can help you or suggest how to either save money or build a policy that's better suited for what you have down here. Dan, thanks for joining us. Remember, Dan Priest Insurance, if you need to get hold of them, they've got a brand new website, priestinsuranceagency.com. Dan has a house down here, and your family's been down here for what, 30 years?
72.
72 years.
I can't do the math that way.
I can't do 72 years down here, so they know Bolivar Peninsula. Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye.